Hello, powerful one. Welcome to this edition of Inner Growth. It says or Elimi. Hey, what would you rather be? A good person or a bad person? If you asked me, I choose neither. I have no business in being a good person. I have no business in being a bad person. The concept of good and the concept of bad are relative. For some people, what is good is pain to others. What is bad is joy to others. So why would you define yourself on the basis of the faulty interpretation of life by the society you have found yourself in? There is a tickling portion in the Bible which says, I, the Lord, created good. I created evil. When you look at that, you are going to ask yourself a question. What does this mean? God created good. God created evil. Now, I want you to understand that that portion is simply saying the God the Bible was describing at that time was neither good nor bad. That God was in a position to mete out what people deserve at any point in their lives. The naivety that drives so many lives is this. They feel that their lives have to go along a certain line. When you choose to be a good person, you have already circumscribed your life around certain actions. You become predictable. People take advantage of you. Being a good person is not the same thing as being good. Just understand that. Being a bad person is not always the same thing as being bad. Actions that you take will define you as either a good person or a bad person to the people affected by the action, to the people watching the action. You don't owe any human being an explanation. Just as you have no right to blame any human being, you have no right to complain about anything that happens to you. All you need to do when things happen to you that you don't like is to transcend those actions. If you cannot transcend those actions, shut up and surrender. Complaining worsens those things. Just as you have no right to explain yourself to anybody, in the same way you owe nobody any obligation of being good or bad. Your life is always yours. You are to live it according to your personal, private truth. So if you are not to be a good person or a bad person, what should you be? Human. Just be human. What does it mean to be human? It means that you are a clear-cut definition of life. That you are an idea of the divine, which means in your space, you are the divine. In that space, you can do things that people can interpret as bad, and you can do things that people can interpret as good. It is not in their place to now define you according to those actions, and if they should do, that is their definition, it is not yours. Now, to some people, your success is evil. They can't stand it. It's bad. To some people, your pains, your suffering is good. It's joy to them. The world has created a certain line of being that people are now circumscribed along those lines. You are not born to conform to your society. You are not born to conform to your culture. You were born to transcend your society, to transcend your culture. You were conceived and delivered here as a solution to the challenges of life here on earth. Now, to do that, you don't have to be a good person or a bad person. You just need to be a just person. You just have to be just. Now, justice can sentence to death. Justice can imprison. Justice can set free. And justice can give reward. It is on the basis of the present realities that justice responds. So, this idea that I am a good person is flawed. You just have to transcend it and put it behind you. And it takes a massive courage, immense courage to be human. If you are human, you are not religious. You are not a Christian. You are not a Muslim. You are not Jain. You are not Hindu. You are not atheist. You are not, name the religion. You don't. I keep telling people, you are just human. The basis of all religious practices is for the social construct called you would eventually attain humanity. That is the basis of religion. When you have attained humanity, you don't need religion anymore. I use this analogy of a traveler. You want to travel from Lagos to Kano. You use the train, or you use the plane, or you go by road. You need the vehicle as long as the journey lasts. When you arrive at your destination, you have to disembark, leave the vehicle, and then go to where you are. But when you now get to Kano and you say, oh, this vehicle has served me so well, my family is in the vehicle, there's so much money invested in this vehicle, the fuel we put in the vehicle is still very much intact, I can't leave, I have to stay and enjoy this vehicle. You are a fool. You are not even a fool, you are mad. They will take you to an asylum because something is wrong. Religion is the vehicle, and all religions have one thing in common, and it is the common core called love. That is the common core in all religions. I see people who embrace, for example, the Krishna consciousness. They start bearing names that are Hindu. They start dressing Hindu, as if that is the outfit of the afterlife. I see people who embrace the Ifa deity kind of worship. They start dressing Yoruboid. They start bearing those names, Yoruba names, all of that. In Nigeria, a lot of people are now answering Christian names. They start living Christian lifestyles as if that's where they call. These all are embellishment of culture. They have nothing to do with spirituality. Spirituality is a humanism. It is knowing the right things to do at the right time and knowing your purpose in this world, knowing your relationship with life and other life forms. That is what spirituality is all about. At the time you leave all these things behind and you begin to chase all those ephemeral sides of them, you've lost your way. So what counts above all is your humanity. It's not your being good or bad. A human being can be called upon to take drastic actions that others will interpret as bad, as detrimental, as evil. That's their headache. But you see, you need to understand these truths. A true human being is an oasis to the good and to the bad. A true human being does not cast out the good and does not cast out the bad, does not castigate the good or castigate the bad, or embrace the good and castigate it. No, a true human being is like the tree on a sunny day. Good people come under its shade and bad people come under its shade and they all get relief. It's like water to a parched throat. The throat could have spoken evil before drinking the water, but the water will still give it solace. It is the purpose. You have to attain the purpose of your humanity. You have to attain the purpose of your being, which is to be human in spite of all the complexities of your being, of your environment. So if you are not yet a human being right now, what are you? A social construct, a cultural expression. You see, that's who you are. You were born and you identify with your birth, your birthplace, your birth culture, your birth religion, and everything. Your goal is to cut through all of them and discover yourself. And that discovery is your humanity. Become human. Strive to be human. Don't strive to be a good person. Don't strive to be a bad person. Don't strive to be a good Christian. Don't strive to be a good Muslim. Don't strive to be a good atheist. Don't strive to be a good Jain or a good Sikh. or anything. Strive within the concept of your religious persuasion to be a true human being. That is the purpose. So I am begging you, walk towards your humanity. Be human. Thank you very much.